Dave Ramsey has told millions of Americans the Snowball method is the only way to pay off debt. Math experts say the Avalanche method is the only logical choice. Both sides are convinced they are right. Both sides have the data to prove it. And for the last 20 years, people with credit card debt have been stuck in the middle, confused about which one to use, and often doing neither. Today, we end the debate. I am going to show you exactly how much each method costs, in real dollars, on a real debt scenario, and then give you a clear decision framework so you know which one to use for your specific situation. By the end of this video, you will never wonder about this again. Here is exactly what we are covering. Round 1, how each method actually works with real numbers. Round 2, the real math comparison, exactly how much each costs. Round 3, the behavioral science behind why math alone does not win. Round 4, the hybrid approach that beats both methods. Round 5, the clear decision framework for your exact situation. Let us get into it. Before we compare them, let me make sure both methods are crystal clear. The debt snowball popularized by Dave Ramsey. Step 1. List all your debts from smallest balance to largest. Ignore the interest rates completely. Step 2. Pay the minimum on every debt except the smallest balance. Step 3. Throw every extra dollar you have at that smallest balance until it is gone. Step 4. Take the full payment you are making on the paid-off debt and roll it into the next smallest balance. Repeat until every debt is gone. The name comes from the image of a snowball rolling downhill. Each paid-off debt adds to your payment momentum, and by the time you get to the large debts, you are throwing a massive combined payment at them. The debt avalanche, the mathematically optimal approach. Step 1. List all your debts from highest interest rate to lowest. Ignore the balances completely. Step 2. Pay the minimum on every debt except the one with the highest interest rate. Step 3. Throw every extra dollar at that highest rate debt until it is gone. Step 4. Roll that full payment into the next highest rate debt. Repeat until every debt is gone. Both methods use the same core engine. Pay minimums on everything, attack one target aggressively, roll payments when a debt is cleared. The only difference is the order, and that order changes both the math and the psychology in very specific ways. Let me show you both. Let me run the exact numbers on a realistic debt scenario. Here is the debt profile, one that mirrors what many American households actually carry. Card A, $3,000 balance at 24% APR. Minimum payment, $75. Card B, $7,500 balance at 22% APR. Minimum payment, $150. Card C, $15,500 balance at 15% APR. Minimum payment, $40. Total debt, $12,000. Total minimums, $265 per month. Extra money available, $300 per month. Total monthly payment, $565. Now let us run both methods. The snowball order. Attack card C first to $1,500 at 15% smallest balance. Then card A, $3,000 at 24%. Then card B, $7,500 at 22%. The avalanche order. Attack card A. First $3,000 at 24% highest rate. Then card B, $7,500 at 22%. Then card 7, $500 at 15%. Results on a $12,000 debt at $565 per month. Snowball. Total payoff time, 26 months. Total interest paid, $2,380. Avalanche. Total payoff time, 25 months. Total interest paid, 25 months. The Avalanche saves $220 in interest and finishes 1 month faster. Now here's the critical detail that most comparisons miss. With the snowball, you clear your first debt in month 5. Card C is gone. You feel the win. With the Avalanche, you are attacking card A for 9 months before you see a single zero. 9 months of paying extra with no visible progress on the scoreboard. For a person who has never successfully paid off debt before, that 9-month grinding period with no wins is exactly where the plan dies. Now let me run this on a larger debt load, $25,000 spread across 4 cards. At this level, the Avalanche saves approximately $2,800 in interest compared to the pure snowball. That is real money. But here is the question. Is $2,800 worth failing to finish the plan? Because a mathematically perfect plan you abandon at 50% saves you exactly $0. And research shows that whether or not you finish is the single most important variable, not which method you choose. Round 3. The behavioral science. This is the argument that Snowball defenders make, and the data behind it is real. A peer-reviewed study published in the Journal of Marketing Research by Gall and McShane found that people who reduce the number of debt accounts faster were significantly more likely to eliminate all their debt, regardless of the interest rate math. The psychological benefit of seeing a balance hit zero, of closing an account, of having one fewer creditor, is measurable. It drives continued behavior. This is not opinion. This is documented in multiple research studies. Here is why this matters in practice. In a 2026 analysis by Debt Exit, they tracked real debt payoff behavior and found that people who struggled with debt payoff consistency almost always abandoned the Avalanche method during the long stretch before the first win. With Snowball, average time to first zero balance 3 to 5 months. With Avalanche, average time to first zero balance 7 to 12 months. 4 to 7 extra months of paying without a win. For someone who has tried and failed at debt payoff before, that gap is the difference between finishing and quitting. And here's the financial reality of quitting. If someone starts the Avalanche on $12,000 of debt and abandons it at month 80 before any debt is cleared, they have paid months of extra payments and reduced the principal sum, but they have not built any momentum. They go back to minimum payments. The $220 in interest saving from the Avalanche is completely irrelevant. The Snowball user who got 2 quick wins by month 8 has built identity momentum. They now see themselves as someone who pays off debt. That identity is worth more than any interest rate calculation. Round 4. The hybrid method. And this is where most financial comparisons stop short, because the real answer is not Snowball versus Avalanche. It is, use the Snowball to build momentum, then switch to the Avalanche to finish efficiently. Here is exactly how the hybrid works. Phase 1. Use the Snowball on your 1 or 2 smallest debts. Get those quick wins. Clear the small balances. Build the identity of someone who finishes what they start. This typically takes 3 to 6 months depending on your balances. Phase 2. Switch to the Avalanche for all remaining debts. Now you have momentum. Now you have proven to yourself you can do this. Now you apply the mathematically optimal method to the debts that actually matter, the large, high-rate balances. Here's what this does to the numbers. In a 3-debt scenario, $12,000 total. The hybrid approach costs only $240 more in interest than the pure Avalanche, but it delivers a first win in month 5 versus month 9 for the pure Avalanche. You capture 97% of the Avalanche's financial savings, while getting the behavioral momentum that actually keeps you going. The pure Snowball costs $2,800 more in interest on a $25,000 debt load compared to the Avalanche. The hybrid costs approximately $300 more. That $2,500 difference, saved by switching to Avalanche after the first win, is the practical case for the hybrid. It is not a compromise. Sharp gasp, breath intake, dramatic effect. It is the strict optimum when you account for both math and human behavior. Round 5. The clear decision framework. Answer these 5 questions honestly. They will tell you exactly which method fits your situation. Question 1. Have you ever started a debt payoff plan and abandoned it before finishing? Yes. Start with a Snowball. You need early wins more than you need mathematical optimization. No. You have the discipline for the Avalanche. Run the numbers and use it. Question 2. Is your highest interest rate debt also your largest balance? Yes. The methods converge. When the highest rate debt is also the largest, Snowball and Avalanche attack the same debt last. The interest difference between them shrinks significantly. Use Snowball for the motivation benefit at very little financial cost. No, the Avalanche saves you meaningfully more money. Consider the hybrid if you need momentum. Question 3. How large is the interest rate gap between your debts? Small gap. All debts within 3% to 5% of each other. The Avalanche saves very little. Use Snowball freely. Large gap. One debt at 26%, others at 10%. The Avalanche saves significantly. Either use it or use the hybrid. Question 4. Are you motivated by numbers or by emotions? Numbers. Avalanche. Saving $2,800 in interest on a spreadsheet keeps you going. Emotions. Snowball. Seeing a zero balance lights you up more than a calculation. Question 5. Do you have a large number of small debts? Yes, several small balances you can clear in months 1 through 6. The Snowball is especially powerful here. Clear the clutter first, then switch to Avalanche. No. Fewer but larger debts. The Avalanche's interest savings are more significant. Use it or the hybrid. Now here's the most important point of this entire video. Shh. Both studies and real-world data agree on one thing above everything else. The amount of extra money you throw at debt matters far more than which method you choose. Going from $0 extra to just $100 extra month saves 14 months and over 14 nons in over $1,400 in interest on a typical debt load, regardless of which method you use. The method is important, but the extra payment is what actually drives the timeline. Whatever method you choose, maximize the extra payment first. Before we wrap, 3 mistakes that destroy both methods equally. Mistake 1. Switching methods midstream out of panic. If you pick the Avalanche and switch to Snowball in month 4 because you are frustrated, you have not committed to either strategy. You are restarting. Pick one method, or the hybrid, and commit. The only acceptable switch is the planned Snowball to Avalanche transition in the hybrid. Mistake 2. Stopping extra payments when money gets tight. During the payoff period, every month you revert to minimum-only payments adds months to your timeline and dollars to your total interest. If money gets tight, reduce the extra payment. Do not eliminate it. Even $25 above the minimum keeps the momentum alive. Mistake 3. Not automating the payment. The biggest risk to any debt payoff plan is a month where you spend the extra money before it goes to debt. Automate the extra payment on the day after payday. It leaves your account before lifestyle spending can absorb it. So who wins, Snowball or Avalanche? The honest answer is, it depends on you. If you are highly disciplined and motivated by math, the Avalanche saves you the most money. If you have struggled with consistency before, the Snowball keeps you going. If you want the best of both worlds, the hybrid captures 97% of the Avalanche's savings while delivering the momentum wins of the Snowball. And regardless of which method you choose, the single most powerful move is to maximize your extra monthly payment. That variable, more than any method, is what determines when you become debt-free. In the next video, I am going to show you what your financial life looks like after debt, what happens when you redirect those debt payments into building real wealth, and the exact roadmap from $20,000 in debt to $100,000 invested. Subscribe so you do not miss it. If this video finally settled the debate for you, share it with one person who is stuck choosing between these two methods and doing nothing while they decide. I will see you in the next one.